Hey guys, my name is Zach Spower, and I'm here to reintroduce myself or introduce myself to you guys who may have never seen me before or met me before. Welcome you to my channel, Nomadic Addictt. You're going to learn a bit more about what that name means to me and hopefully what it can and will mean to you. The whole idea of being addicted to life, being addicted to love, being addicted to living, engaging in lots of amazing journeys, explorations. And then a part of my story, which actually boils down to recovery, leaning into sobriety at a young age. I'll talk to you guys a bit about what it's like to be sober, starting at 21 years old. I got 16 years sobriety now, what it was like going through college like that, what it was like getting sober at a young age, why I chose to do that and elect to continue to stay sober, some of the things that fuel me. Of course, it's a bit of a travel page too. I can't wait to share with you guys some awesome places I've experienced, some joys along the way. Been to over 40 countries, 27 or so just last year in 2022 alone. COVID's been an interesting time for a lot of us, but I really leaned into the digital nomad life. Talk to you a bit about what it was like to step away from a 9-to-5 job. I know for some of us that might sound like a pretty scary thing to do. Some of us it might be things that we actually are actively looking for. And so I want to talk to you guys about some of this stuff. What does it mean to lean into these things? What does it mean to have challenges in life? What does it mean to have challenges within yourself? Some of you guys might have a family, and what sort of limitations and obstacles are in place to help you achieve your goals and your dreams there. And some of you guys might just have that fear. You talk about what fear really means, future expectations appearing real, and that thought that living in the future, those preventative blocks that we put in place long before we even set foot on any sort of trail outside of just being in our homes or our comfort zones. So there's so much that I'm excited to share with you guys in this channel. I've been selfishly out exploring the world for these past few years, and really ever since I started to get sober at 21. I talked to you guys about solo travel. Big shout out to my cousin on the way there for teaching me a bit about that at a young age. But most importantly, I really want this channel to be something that you guys can take what you want, when you want, to fill and enrich your soul, to fill and enrich your life. I just want to be a cheerleader for you guys. I mean, it's taken a bit of time and effort for me to learn, and I'm far from perfect. I don't mean to claim to be in any way, shape, or form. I don't mean to claim that I have all the answers in any way, shape, or form, but I just want to share with you guys, some of the joys that I've experienced, leaning into myself, learning to love myself, going through some difficult times, relationships, jobs, and just your typical life stuff, right? Life on life's terms, as they say, and leaning into that and learning what the word acceptance means and learning to accept life on life's terms and knowing that there is a lot to life. And if I listen to my gut, my core that tells me, like, Zach, there's something here for you that is true. And I believe that for each and every one of you guys, deep into my soul, deep into my heart, that your inner voice, as it were, is trying to talk to you. And it's not necessarily that critic. It's not the negative person being like, do better, do more, do it faster. It's actually a very gentle, loving, sweet, soft, beautiful voice that just wants to nurture you. And it's that part of you that I promise you, if you get to hear it, if you get to know it, it's going to fuel you and empower you and motivate you to continue onto something that you might not even know you were capable of. So many of these things I never even knew I could do. Come face to face with tiger sharks and swim with a mother humpback whale and her calf that's brand new, and swim with all these other sharks that are totally wild, and meet these incredible people along the way. And something as simple as learning to fly a drone, and accidentally capturing some epic footage that I can't wait to share with you guys from spots all over. And again, I've been so selfish these past few years, just filling up my soul, and now it just feels like I'm overflowing, and I just can't wait to give some of that to you guys. And just share some of that love, share some of that life, share some of that joy, because gosh, man, this is such a gift. This life that we're blessed with. It really is one day at a time, 1 minute at a time sometimes. And I struggle just like any one of you guys, I trust me, I do. And it was really hard for me to step away from my 9-to-5 job, and that idea of a stable job, with the stable 401k. And I had a home in Florida with a pool and all the nice things. I had the golden retriever, and I had the relationship, and I had the white picket fence scenario that was lined up, and it just, something in my soul, man, it just told me, well, maybe it just wasn't time or whatever, but I'm a firm believer that if you listen to yourself, if you listen to that internal voice for you, beautiful things are gonna come. And we don't have to know always what the future holds. That's the beauty. The beauty is in the not knowing, right? The beauty is in the unknown. It's scary, and that's also what makes it so incredible. They always say hindsight's 20/20, right? But like, if we all knew when the stock market was going to go up, it wouldn't be a stock market, right? I mean, everybody would be cashing out at the right time and leaving whatever. And it's the same with life. Like, if we all knew like what paths we were supposed to take that were going to make everything perfectly work out for us and the happiest ever after, it wouldn't be life, and there'd be no downs, and we have to have those downs to understand the bliss and the beauty attached to those ups. And so, man, I got to tell you guys, like, when I lean into this sobriety, when I lean into my emotional recovery, which just has this, struggle sometimes of feeling those emotions, but also just the excitement of feeling those emotions, sad and happy and everything in between, and feeling rejected, and then feeling excited, and then feeling maybe rejected all over again. I don't know what your story is, but we're all just human, and I'm a big believer that we're just doing the best we can with what we got. And yeah, I have a bit of a background in counseling, and I'm going to bring that into this, and I have a bit of a background working with people in one-to-ones, and I'm going to bring some of that into this. But none of this is designed to tell you what you have to do. And none of what I'm going to talk to you guys about has anything to do with anything I'm selling you. I'm literally here just because this is a passion project for me. I feel called and motivated to share, joy that I experience, and just this overwhelming sense of love that just fills my heart, and almost brings me into tears as I talk to you guys about it now, because it's such a beautiful gift, to be able to live life today. And there's so much out there that I just can't wait to share with you guys. So I want to welcome you to Nomadic Addictt. I want to welcome you to this brand. I want to welcome you to this name. I have no idea where it's going to take me. Absolutely none. This is the first time I'm doing a face-to-face. First of hopefully many, if you guys get any use out of this, which is my purpose and my hope. But my dedication to you, my promise to you guys is I'm going to be 100% authentic. I'm going to be 100% genuine. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys, as people have been with me, because that's the only way that I think we can truly grow together, is to understand what it's like. There's good and there's bad in this life, and the joy is in the journey. And as we support each other along the way, I think we're going to find greatness within each other. And I know we're going to find greatness within each other. I know you're going to find greatness within you. And that's what this is really about. So I think Nomadic Addictt is going to be something special. I'm excited to share it with you guys. I really want to share with you about what that means, embracing the digital nomad life, if that's something that you want to go into, what it was like for me to walk away from my 9-to-5, walk through that fear, walk into that faith, take a breath, trust that things are going to work out. And today they have, they really have. Just for today at 37 years old, I live in Bali. Beautiful Bali. I've traveled to all sorts of different places. A lot of times I had no idea I was going to be able to do it. I've ended up on people's sailboats that's costed me literally next to nothing. I've been on a month-long sailing trip for the cost of groceries. You just never know where life is going to take you, and the people you're going to meet along the way that want to support you in your journey and your path. And it's so easy for us to talk ourselves out of it, right? That negative self-talk of reasons why we can't do things. But I promise you, if you pause, you take a breath, you have some opportunities, you practice some faith. It doesn't even have to be religious. I'm talking about faith in yourself, faith in that voice, that inner voice that supports you, that loves you, that nurtures you for yourself, to fuel and motivate yourself. I promise you guys, it's going to be a beautiful thing. And I'm a firm believer that we're all here for a reason. I believe that we all have a purpose. And a big part of what this is about is trying to encourage and motivate you guys to find some of yours. Like, I feel called to do this. I'm so happy and blessed to be in something that I genuinely believe is my purpose. Whether that helps one person out there, or hopefully multiple people out there. Like, I'm gonna start blogging more for you guys. I'm doing more YouTube videos for you guys. I'm gonna do a lot more of this content, audience facing, stuff with you guys, even if I'm uncomfortable in the process, because as I promised you, I'm going to be 100% genuine, and we're going to grow together, and that's my commitment. And I want you to take what you want from this thing and leave the rest, throw it to the side. If sobriety doesn't fit for you, no problem. I promise you, I'm not going to shove that down your throat. An alcohol-free and drug-free lifestyle for me has worked. And so I'm going to share about that in my journey through that, and why it's worked for me and how it's worked for me. And that is a part of my story. But if you choose not to drink or use anything, like, more power to you. This is your life, and you have the opportunity to live it the way that you want. So I want to support you in that. Just know that that's part of my story and things I'm going to talk about. But I also want to talk about things like love, and how do we find happiness, that pursuit of happiness, right? There's a beautiful Will Smith movie about that, and motivational speakers and books and different destinations that may or may not fuel your passions, and if you want to know who you are, look at the top 5 people you surround yourself with, and all these awesome things that have just been seeds planted within me, and what are we putting into our minds, and how is that impacting us and our thoughts and our beliefs and our outcomes. And I can't wait. I'm super jazzed. And I don't want this first episode to run too long as an intro, but I promise you, my commitment to you guys, I'm going to title each of these episodes out. This first one's just an intro, but all of these will have actual titles for you, and you can just click through. Hopefully you'll like all of them, but if you're like, hey, sobriety isn't for me, I don't want to hear about this guy's recovery, no worries, it's all good. We'll talk about travel hacks, we'll talk about life hacks. I promise you, I'll help you figure out a way to get on that plane for free. I've done plenty of that. I've had lots of business class trips all over the place for next to nothing. I found a business class ticket that would cost $13,000, and I've been able to utilize some friends and some strategies and been able to get that for $2,000 by buying miles on sale. And and $2,000 is a lot, but when it's $13,000, hey, that's a pretty good deal, right? So there's pros and cons along the way, and we're going to talk about that together in ways that you can get by, or economy class ticket. I'm about to go get one to fly from Bali all the way back over to Canada for a snowboarding trip, and it's 40,000 points, which is nothing. I've gone to Tahiti and I've done a similar thing, 27,000 points. So I promise you guys, there's lots of goodies along the way, life hacks, travel hacks. I'm staying in a place right now, it's 400 US. I have a little scooter I putt around in. Lots of ways to save money out there. And we're going to cover it all. We're going to cover it all, because that, to me, is what life is all about. Embracing it in its entirety, leaning into the challenges, and not shying away from the things that can be uncomfortable, because the growth is in the uncomfortability. I promise you guys that. I have been super uncomfortable lots of times, a little bit right now too, but it's all good, because at the end of the day, we are going to grow together. That's my promise to you. That's my promise to this channel. That's my promise to myself, and each and every one of you guys. And so I need your help. I can't do this alone. If I'm going to start this thing, I need some momentum. I need some growth with you guys. Like, comment, share, engage. Hit me up on an email, info@nomadicaddict.com, spelled with 2 T's. I could not get the single T, but it's all good. We roll with the punches, right? So I need you guys to engage. Ask me questions. Ask what you want to learn more about. What do we want to talk more about? I want this to be a dialogue. Again, I'm not here trying to pose as though I have all the answers. I want to engage with you guys together about this. So I'm going to do some YouTube shorts. We're going to do some longs. We're going to do some voiceovers. We're going to do a bunch of cool stuff. But at the end of the day, I just want to share with you guys, if nobody's told you that they love you today, I promise you I do. And from the bottom of my heart, I hope that you know that you deserve to be here. You're meant to be here. It chokes me up. We're going to talk more about that, but you're important, you're valuable, there's a purpose for you. And I just hope you can love yourself, or learn to love yourself. In the meantime, let me help you with that. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm looking forward to the next one with you guys. Thanks for being here. I'll talk to you soon. Much love.